Hey, I want to do a video just talking about drums today. This is something that I'm really passionate about. Drums are my main instrument. I've studied them for more years than I care to mention. And I want to talk about the ways that choosing the right beat for your song can set up your song for success, or it can be one of the reasons that your song misses the mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a piano chord progression, and it's just going to be on a loop. And I'm going to play a variety of different beats over that chord progression, and it's all going to be the exact same tempo. Nothing's going to change. And you're going to hear how these different beats over the same piano progression change the entire feeling of it. It'll make it sound like it's all of a sudden a dance song, or one might make it feel like it's a ballad. We're going to explore some Latin feels like reggaeton, maybe that kind of like gives it like that kind of like island flavor. I'm even going to change the time signature. Like right now I hear this piano in a 4/4 time signature. We're going to see what happens if we change it to a 6/8 or 12/8 time feel, all within the exact same tempo. So here we go. I'm going to play a little bit of the piano progression, and then I'm going to start playing some ideas, and I'll talk to you in between. So right now I hear this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So right there, the snare is on beat 3 and the kick is on beat 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we could switch it so the snare drums are on 2 and 4. Snares on 2 and 4. We could also do like a Motown feel where the snares are on every downbeat. We could do the snares on the upbeat. So also look at some Latin flavors. So one of the traditional Latin feels is samba, which has a double bass drum repeating pattern. Like this. And that could lend itself going into like a bossa nova feel. We could go into like a reggaeton feel, which is like this. We could also look at switching it from a 4/4 rhythm to a 6/8. So by 4/4, I mean we're counting 4 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can switch that counting to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going back to 4/4, we could also do something like what they used in Ed Sheeran's Photograph, where the snare drum just hits on beat 4 and the rest are accented on the toms. This kind of gives it like a tribal feel. We could take those accents that were split between the tom and the snare and put them all on the snare, which is going to give it a more driving tribal feel. And then just to show you where, I'll kind of run through a bunch of these seamlessly so you can kind of hear how it changes. So this is where we began. So yeah, that's just a handful. Those are just the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. And you can hear how drastically that changes the exact same chord progression without changing the tempo at all. So put some serious consideration into what rhythm you want to be the foundation of your song. And, you don't have to pick one, because you could see that, I could switch between a bunch of those. So you could have one for your verse, one for your chorus. But just be thinking about that. It makes a big difference on how your song is felt.